What's up, everyone? It's your host, Ghost, coming to you live with another wonderful video. How's everyone doing today? I am doing fine myself. Let's see, I'm just feeling crappy. Yeah, I was originally going to do the show in the morning. I woke up and I wasn't feeling well last night. Wasn't feeling well this morning. So I'm feeling a little better. Not great, but not terrible. Not terrible. So figured I'd try and get this show done today anyways and do it now. And then later I might try and do a video game stream. We will see. Channel. But yeah, so that's what's going on now. What we're going to talk about is the Attorney General, Latia James, sent a letter to Rumble demanding their what was it? They're basically demanding Rumble, or demanding to know how Rumble is censoring content. And then shortly after, I think within 24 hours, she ended up rescinding that demand. And yeah. So we'll go over her response, or Rumble's response, maybe. I'm looking at it. It's actually extremely longer than I think I initially thought. Yeah. I mean, we'll just go over their brief response, but that was basically it. Was they maybe we'll go over it in full. It's only 10 pages, so it might be worth it. But anyways, eventually, Attorney General James from the state of New York rescinded her demand letter after legal pushback by Rumble. And then we'll watch Ilhan Omar get triggered after being asked a question. And then after that, audience are mad at Dave Chappelle after he criticized Israel, which is getting kind of dumb. A lot of people are getting angry at other people criticizing one side or another. It's kind of dumb. Everyone has their own opinions. If they don't agree with it, that's fine. It doesn't mean you need to, get all angry about it. Not everyone in the world's going to agree with what you think. So stuff like this is getting really retarded lately. And then after that, a Minnesota city council candidate helped block off a highway and terrorize an old man driving past a pro-Palestinian riot. He then tweeted the video and posted the guy's picture, demanding people find this old guy. And then, of course, he rescinded it shortly after. So we'll look at that. And then people are angry that Lady Gaga isn't getting as paid as much as Joaquin Phoenix in the Joker 2 movie. And we'll just expose the retardedness for that. And then got two YouTube shorts. One is from a Piers Morgan interview about believing all women. And another is another person that doesn't like guns and doesn't believe in defending himself with guns. And shockingly, another woman. I know, really surprising. But yeah, those are what I'm going to talk about today. Depending on, because I wasn't originally planning to talk about, read the whole letter, but I might, unless I start getting bored. And that is very likely. So if that happens, I might end up, if I end up reading the whole letter, I might end up, taking some stuff I'm not going to talk about anymore. But I don't know. Probably the ones on the list on the headline for sure, I'm definitely going to talk about. And the YouTube shorts I'm going to definitely talk about. So here we go. So let's get into it. Before I get into it, oh shit, every single time. Sorry. Make sure you follow me at officialwghost on Twitter, X, however you want to call it. It's the best way to find out when I go live and when I end up canceling shows. So check me out there. And then also follow me if you're watching this on Rumble. Give me a follow on Rumble. Rumble.com/withghost. If you're watching this on YouTube, descriptions are in the links are in the descriptions. And then my gaming channel, I am playing Spider-Man 2. I'm enjoying it thoroughly, regardless of what other people think about it. I am enjoying it. So yeah, I'm playing that on my gaming channel, rumble.com/gaming with ghosts. I will probably be doing that later after the show, but we will, we'll look at that later. Yeah. All right, let's get into this. All right, so this is the letter to the lawsuit. This is the actual letter that Rumble used. That Rumble responded to, used with responding to the demand letter. That makes sense. Okay. So here we go. It goes, Dear Attorney General James, Ms. Vale, and Mr. Adler. Let's see. So Judith Vale is Deputy Solicitor General of the State of New York, and Jordan Adler is Senior Enforcement Counsel. I'm an attorney at the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression Council. Oh, it's just mine. Okay, cool. Counsel for Rumble Canada Inc. Rumble in the above reference litigation. I'm writing a demand to immediately and unequivocally retract an unequivocal retraction of your October 12, 2023 investigation letters to 6 internet platforms, including Rumble, collective referred to as the investigation platform. Investigated platforms. These letters violate 1, a federal district court injunction against the enforcement of New York General Business Law, 39-4-CCC, the online hate speech law. 2, the active stay of all procedures in the case as to Rumble. And 3, the First Amendment rights of the investigated platforms and their users. Your letter set a deadline of October 20, 2023 for Rumble's response. If you do not rescind your letter by that date, we will follow a motion with the district court to enforce the terms of the preliminary injunction and stay of the proceedings. As the Attorney General knows, Rumble, in addition to Locals Technology Inc., Locals, and Eugene Volk, is a plaintiff in a lawsuit against Attorney General James, challenging New York's online hate speech law. The law targets hateful speech across the internet, defining hateful content as that which may vilify, humiliate, or incent violence against 10 protected classes, requiring websites to develop and publish hate speech policies and reporting mechanisms and to respond to reports of hate speech. But Judge Andrew Carter of the U.S. District Court of Southern District of New York enjoined enforcement of the law, including the law investigation and enforcement provisions, Volk versus James. Whatever. That long ass thing. Like I said, I'm not going to read it. All right. The October 12th letters request information about the investigation platform's editorial process, or policies, processes, and decisions for content that may incite violence. At a minimum, and on their face, the letters plainly seek to allow the office to take proof and make determinations of fact under the online hate speech law. And according to your October 13th press release, the letters go further by demanding that the investigated platforms disclose your actions to stop the spread of hateful content and violent rhetoric in a transparent effort to get them to remove protected speech. Because these demands, compounded by their vague reference to hateful or violent speech, are within the scope of the online hate speech law investigation provision, they violate the district court's injunction. Volk 2023 WL 1991 435 at asterisk 1. Rumble abhors violence, anti-Semitism, hatred, and is horrified by the October 7th Hamas attacks on Israeli citizens. However, federal court's orders and First Amendment prohibits any investigations under the online hate speech law or any attempts to burden the protected speech of investigated platforms and their users. Rumble, therefore, demands that the Attorney General rescinds the October 12, 2023 investigation letter immediately and in any event in response to a similar June 2022 letter from the Attorney General Office. Rumble already provides its content moderation policies, which expressly prohibits the post of content that promotes violence, illegal activities, and harm or injury of any group, including anti-Semitism. The policies, which are available online, speak for themselves, and Rumble respectfully declines to Declines to respond further at this time. Okay. I'm probably not going to read all this. Okay, this looks like just a history on what's going on. That's what this looks like. Yeah, I'm not reading this. This isn't. But that's basically their response to Latia James's demand. That was their response. It's like we've already done our policies are already regarding this are already like public. You can look them up. You don't need to know anymore. This violates this. So it basically looked like. I'm not going to read it all because that's a lot of fucking. That's ridiculous. I didn't realize how long it'd be. That is ridiculous. But yeah, and also it looked like that was just a history of what's been going on, and etc. So it wasn't, But anyways, and then I believe this was within 24 hours. Rumble again tweeted this. God damn it! I thought it. Oh, eventually I get used to all this stuff. Dem AG rescinds letter demanding to know how Rumble is censoring. What the fuck, Daily Caller? How Rumble is censoring content after legal pushback. Democratic Attorney General Latia James of New York withdrew on Thursday her letter to Rumble that called on the company to censor violent content, according to a document posted by the Foundation of Individual Rights and Expression Fire. James allegedly violated a court order by sending letters to Rumble, Meta, TikTok, Google, Reddit, and X, formerly Twitter, about how they plan to ensure that violent content does not proliferate on their platforms amid the Israeli-Hamas war. Is that how you're supposed to do it? Okay, according to Fire. A Fire attorney demanded James take back all the letters by October 20. But James only retracted the one to Rumble, according to the document. While we wholeheartedly disagree with your analysis and contentions in your letter, in view of your statement that Rumble has already provided its content moderation policies to the Attorney General office, and in the interest of avoiding any unnecessary dispute, this office hereby withdraws the voluntary request set forth in its October 12, 2023 letter to Rumble. You basically said, like, yeah, I don't want the legal problems because you'll probably win. Fire assert. What is what's going on here? That's fucking Daily Caller crap. There we go. Fire asserts that a February federal court decision to block a New York law censoring objectionable social media content precludes James from sending these letters, according to the email it sent to the Attorney General. We're glad that the Attorney General backed down on the letter to Rumble, but her response does not go far enough for us because it doesn't rescind to the letter to all the other platforms. So it's probably called because all the other platforms just complied with it. And Rumble, shout out Rumble, Rumble's the best. Invest in Rumble, guys. Last bastion of free speech. Yeah, the other platforms probably just complied with her demand. That's why she didn't rescind it because they already got what they need. Fire attorney Daniel Orderner told the Daily Caller News Foundation, the online hate speech law is not enforceable, so we're going to need to go to court to vindicate the injunction that we got. And then here's their tweet. Well, that was fast. A federal district court judge issued an injunction against New York Online's hate speech law on February 14, 2023, according to a filing. The judge found that the law both compels social media networks to speak about the contours of hate speech and chills the constitutionally protected speech of social media users without articulating a compelling government interest or ensuring that the law is narrowly tailored to that goal. The October 12th letter requests information about the investigated platforms, editorial policies, processes, and decisions for content that may incite violence. Fire argued in his letter. At a minimum, and on their face, the letter plainly seeks to allow the office to take proof and make determinations under the online hate speech law. James' press office and Rumble did not immediately respond to the DCNF request for comment. So there you go. So yeah, basically Rumble made her step down because she was gonna like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and Rumble was like, well, then we'll just get an injunction, and she's like, well, I really don't want to deal with this legal troubles because she'll probably win, and that's basically what happened. It's the basics of what happened, really. Rumble's like, yeah, no, we're not going to do this, and if you try to do this, we're going to ensure that you get fucked over. And then they were like, oh, well, you probably will fuck us over, so we're not going to deal with this. It's basically what happened. All right. So then here we go. We're going to listen to Omar, the brother fucker. I mean, marry her. She totally didn't fuck her brother. She did marry him though. I feel like crap. Gotta get some work done though. All right. Democratic Ilhan Omar, a disgraceful anti-Semite, freaks out when somebody asks why Israel shouldn't have a right to defend itself against the terrorists who brutally tortured and killed so many innocent children, women, and men. All right, let's.
A question from anyone else?
It's kind of funny. She's like, a question from anyone else? Bald head. Bald head chick's like, question from someone else? I don't want to answer this because I'll fuck it up.
How many more killings is enough for you? Is it 1,000 more? 2,000 more? 3,000 more? How many more Palestinians would make you happy if they died? Will you be fine if all of the people of Gaza were gone? Would that make you happy? Would that be the thing that makes you proud? And maybe that's the question you should ask Richie. Is he okay? How many more Palestinian lives is he comfortable with? Because I'm not comfortable with any more.
But she is comfortable with this Israelis. That's the problem. And then she walks off. Got so offended, she got triggered and walked off. All right.
A question from.
So I'll try and tell you what the question was because it might be hard to hear.
Anyone else?
I can barely hear this. So basically, it's basically what I can barely hear what she is, but it's basically what this out. The question is why shouldn't basically paraphrasing why Israel shouldn't have the right to defend itself against the terrorists who burned, tortured, and killed so many innocent children, women, and men? It's a valid question. And then Ilhan Omar freaks out and says, "How many Palestinians do you want killed?" Basically, was like, what did she say?
How many more killings is enough for you?
So killings. So she tries to make it like about everyone, but then she gets down to the real nitty gritty of it.
Is it 1,000 more? 2,000 more? 3,000 more? How many more Palestinians?
See, it's all she cares about is the Palestinians. So there we go. Like all she cares about is Palestine. How many Palestinians need to be killed before you're happy and stuff? Well, to be fair, and I really like Ryan Dawson. He's very informed, but I don't agree with his assertion that Israel started the war by having a bunch of rabbis go into some sort of like mosque or something and do a chant. I don't think it's a valid reason to go and attack people. If I remember right, that was basically Ryan Dawson. Here, let me just. I want to get this right, so I did it right. I did it on a show, so I got it, right before. But so what are we gonna do? Way the fuck back. Hold on, let's see. Long term. Scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down. I gotta do a lot of scrolling. It's been a while since this all happened, so I gotta do a lot of fucking scrolling before I can find out. Scrolling. God damn, how long was this fucking go? Hold on, I should have been more prepared. I know. Oh my god, this was so long ago. Let's see. It was, I think it was a mosque. I could be wrong, but basically, a bunch of rabbis went in to a mosque and did some like they didn't. I don't think they like broke anything or anything like that. And that was Ryan saying this is why Hamas attacked. Basically, don't agree with that as a good justification for war. I'm still scrolling. This guy tweets a lot, so. Okay, I can't fucking find it. It's so much. God damn, this guy tweets so much. Trying. I'm really trying. Being really close to it. Okay, I can't fucking find it. I think that was basically. I know I wasted all that time. Couldn't find the damn thing. But that, in my opinion, that was basically the gist of it. They like a bunch of rabbis went into, I want to say a mosque, and during like some sort of celebration, did like some protesting or dancing, and that was, if I'm right, Ryan Dawson's saying like this is why. I don't think he was justifying like, hey, this is the good reason why. I think he was just saying this is why Hamas did this. I think that's what he was basically saying. And well, I get that. It's not a good justification to me. And again, I don't think Ryan Dawson was saying it was a good justification. He's just saying this was the justification. So I mean, it's pretty much proven at this point that it was Hamas who struck first, and I think that's proven at the point. Now, there's arguments that saying, oh, well, Mossad knew about it, or Israeli intelligence knew about it and did nothing, so they have justifications, and that's probably fairly valid and probably good possibility. It wouldn't surprise me, but it's they still weren't the ones that attacked first. Is basically the overall my sentiment. No, I'm not 100% on Israel's side. I don't think they're our greatest ally or anything. And I've been condemning a lot of the attacks they've been leveling, like launching rockets onto places, like and saying, oh look, hey, by the way, there's a Uh, by the way, there's Hamas is storing stuff here, so we're buying this place here so that I don't agree with throwing bombs and killing even other innocent Palestinians. Just like I'm against Hamas attacking Israel's or Israelis, innocent Israelis, and attacking them. I don't agree with any of those. I can condemn both of those. If Israel really wanted to be on the good side of this, they'd stop launching the bombs and going into these various areas and doing precision strikes with men and trying to limit the collateral damage at all points. If they really wanted to be more, I don't know, humane, I guess. I don't really know the term, but that's what I would say. It's like, stop launching rockets, going in and try and minimize casualties to the best of it. But this whole thing that's been going on lately of people like getting angry that with this, with Dave Chappelle, he criticizes Israel and then people are walking out and are upset about it. It's dumb. You can criticize both sides. You can criticize Israel. You can criticize Palestine, Gaza, whatever. You can do both. And people who get angry about you criticizing, and as long as you have some valid criticisms, not talking out of your ass, then people have you shouldn't really get upset with people. You should just be like, all right, that's your criticism. I don't agree with it, and all that. And like I said, I don't agree with Israel shutting down a bunch of power, electricity, water, and all that in Gaza. Now, I do agree that it is a smart tactical decision. The decision tactically is a very intelligent decision to make, but I don't agree with it. It's the same thing in my opinion. Or it's my defense. And obviously Hamas going in and attacking Israel, regardless of whether Mossad knew about it and let it happen or not, is just as bad. Well, there we go. That was Rumble. That was Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar is just a moron politician. Every time I hear her say anything, she just sounds like an idiot. Like when she was talking about 9/11, like, what was it? Some people did something? It wasn't a huge problem. 9/11, they didn't just do something. They attacked America. And every time I hear Ilhan Omar's voice, I just get annoyed instantly. I have a very sensitive ear when it comes to like accents and stuff. So sometimes I just get unnecessarily annoyed by people. All right. So audience walks out on Dave Chappelle after he criticized Israel during show in Boston. Report. Chappelle also reportedly denounced students losing their jobs over support for the Palestinians. I agree with that too, Chappelle. I don't think people look, unless you are, and this goes for both sides, unless you are using your work email or like showing that you work at this, like say you're working a work uniform and you're criticizing Israel, Palestine, whatever you're doing, or showing your support for Israel, Palestine, and you're in your work uniform, or using a work account or something that like clearly like is during work time and you're using your work's platform to support it, I don't think you should be losing your jobs over it. Like I think DeSantis was trying to get people fired from their jobs or what was it? It was something to do with like DeSantis was what was he doing? He was doing something where I'm trying to look it over. Okay, I don't know. But he was like calling for people student loans. Hold on. Maybe I did agree. I can't remember what he said. All I remember doing a video on it. I just don't remember. Every single time I do one of these, I forget what someone said, and it pops in my head, and I'm like, oh shit! All right, let me try to remember this. All right, let's go into my email. Okay. Oh, I think it was actually. Yeah. Okay. So DeSantis wants to kick pro-Hamas students out of college, and I don't agree with that. Oh, okay. So it was actually a foreign college. So people who come here with foreign college students who support some noise going on, who support Hamas. I think I agreed with that. I don't remember how I felt about that. I think I agree with it. Like, students that are, I don't know. Actually, I don't think I do. I might have agreed with it initially, but now I'm thinking about it. I don't really agree with that. But I mean, again, this is Hamas. No, I think I still agree with it because it's not. It's a Hamas. It's a terrorist group. I think I kind of agree with it because it's kind of like indication of where they may land on certain important things, and maybe even I don't know. I think when it comes to the terrorist group, I can kind of understand it, and I might slightly agree with it, but I don't agree with people losing their jobs if they're here working. No, yeah, no, I don't agree with the Hamas. I probably agreed early in my last when I did do the video, so I'm probably changing my views on it. But now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really agree with just because someone is celebrating Hamas and all that stuff, they should lose their visas or they should be fired from their jobs over support for Palestinians. I don't agree with that. I think now let me make this clear. I think jobs have the right to do that. I don't agree with it, but I do believe private businesses have the right to do that. And the Hamas thing, like I can kind of understand. And then I think I'm like pulling my support for it back. Because I think I supported it. And I'm assuming I did. And I get it, Hamas terrorist group, all that stuff. But free speech is all or nothing. So all right, so let's see. Let's see what Dave Chappelle said. All right, so members of the audience at Dave Chappelle show on Thursday reportedly walked out after he criticized Israel's bombing of Gaza and said students supporting Palestinians shouldn't be losing jobs over it. Well, okay, how's that bad? How's that bad? How is it like it's bad? Look, it's bad. Israel, stop bombing Gaza. All right, not all the Gazans there, Palestinians, whatever you want to fucking call them. Not all of them are Hamas terrorists. Just because Hamas is storing their munitions there, they might not have a fucking choice. Hamas is the leader over there. So stop bombing Gaza. And yeah, just because students support Palestinians, they shouldn't lose their jobs. Again, private business can do what they want. If they don't want people like that, they can do it. I think it allows students the ability to sue the employer for wrongful termination. I don't really know the laws enough, so I could be wrong about that. But again, Dave Chappelle has some pretty good points. The Wall Street Journal citing attendees first reported some in the audience shouted "Free Palestine" in support of Chappelle's comments, while others yelled, "What about Hamas?" Well, if someone's talking about Palestine, they're kind of, I think, when someone is talking about Palestine, they're differentiating Palestinians from Hamas. That's what I think. I'm giving them some grace there. Before some audience members walked out. The back and forth with the audience occurred after Chappelle declared students shouldn't be losing their jobs over supporting Palestinians, according to reports. A member of the audience reportedly shouted "shut up" after his statement, which prompted more statements from him about Israel. Yeah, of course. If you're going to tell him to shut up, he's just going to double down and fuck with you. That's what comics do. Comedian also condemned Hamas attacks against Israel, according to the WSJ, but accused the U.S. of aiding the murder of innocent civilians. I agree with that, actually. If we're supporting Israel and they bomb a hospital or a school and innocent civilians get killed, then then yeah, we are aiding it. 3 students who attended either Harvard or Columbia were denied job offers at a top law firm after they signed on to a letter supporting Hamas. Now, Hamas is, again, I'm on the fence with Hamas because Hamas is the actual terrorist group. If this was Palestine or Gaza and all that, I probably would be more on their side. But Hamas, it's Hamas. It's a terrorist group. Come on. So, yeah. But again, job offers. You didn't actually have the job. You had an offer, and they didn't let because you're going to represent the company, and if people, I don't know. But again, jobs have the right to do this, especially a top law firm that have a lot of applicants. They have absolutely right to to say, yeah, we don't want you anymore. You signed a letter supporting Hamas. We don't agree with your politics. We're not going to have you here. I mean, it's kind of the risk you get. And it is what it is. It's Hamas, and I have, it's hard for me, but like I said, I'm 50-50 on this. I'm 50-50 on this. But again, I'm on the side, I'm not on the side, but I'm on the view that, the law firm has the right to rescind an offer. Which is basically what happened with these 3 students. They were like, yeah, we don't think you'll be a good fit. We don't agree with your politics, whatever. Because again, this is an offer. This isn't an actual job. This is an offer. It's like you keep doing what you're doing. We're going to offer you this job. And if we don't, now we don't like, what you believe in, we're going to rescind that law. It's kind of, available. I mean, it's well within that law firm's right to do that. Because let's say, for example, this top law firm represent a lot of Jewish people, okay? People of the Jewish faith or people of the Jew ethnicity, apparently Jews and ethnicity as well. Then yeah, having 3 students, with a letter supporting Hamas probably isn't a good business deal for them. So it just really depends. Or maybe the top law firm represents a very wealthy, Jewish-owned business company or something like that. Something, and having 3 students that support Hamas is not a smart decision businessly. So, I guess what my thing is, it really depends on what that law firm really represents. Like, let's say, for example, they don't have any, Jewish clients or any clients that are, really pro-Israel or anything like that. And it's probably a dumb reason to not deny a job offer. Again, it's within their right. Again, this is a job offer. You didn't actually have the job. You just had an offer for the job. That can be rescinded at any moment. So yeah, it just depends on, I guess, how intelligent, maybe not intelligent, but it just really depends on the law firm and what they're doing. But again, I think regardless, the law firm has the right to have whatever people they want in their business whatsoever. Davis Polk and Wardwell, a law firm in New York City, rescinded letters of employment for 3. Oh, is this the same one? Okay. of employment for 3 law students at Harvard and Columbia universities after the students signed on to an open letters supporting Hamas after their deadly terrorist attack against Israel. The firm announced came via an internet email that was later posted to social media. A chair and managing partner at the firm, Neil Barr, said that the statement in the letters were contrary to the firm's values. All right, there we go. We thus conclude that rescinding these offers was appropriate in upholding our responsibility to provide a safe and inclusive work environment for all Davis Polk employees, the email reads. Chappelle criticized the city of San Francisco during a surprise show in May and asked what the fuck happened to this place. The comedian told the crowd that he was dining out in an Indian restaurant in the city's Tenderloin district and said a homeless person defecated in front of the restaurant just as he walked in. Disgusting. Spokeswoman said Chappelle did. What the fuck? How did that have to do with anything that was going on? What the fuck? A spokeswoman said Chappelle denied being in Boston in a statement provided to the WSJ. However, the shows at the TD Garden in Boston were posted to the venue's website. Chappelle's spokesperson has not yet returned Fox News' usual request for comment. Okay, so Chappelle denies being in Boston, and then the shows at the TD Garden in Boston were posted to view. Okay, whatever. So either Chappelle wasn't actually in there, and then this coverage is just propaganda for the TD Garden, or he was there and now he's dying. I think Chappelle would say if he was there or not. I don't know. I think Chappelle is someone who would have been like, yeah, I was there, and yeah, that happened. I don't give a shit. So I don't know. I'm on the side of Chappelle. I think Chappelle probably actually wasn't there, since unless the spokeswoman herself is lying. Okay, I don't know. Okay, well, if Dave Chappelle comes out and says he wasn't in Boston, then I'll believe it. There you go. All right. Before we continue, I hope everyone will check out some Coffee Brand Coffee. Coffee Brand Coffee is the company I'm affiliated with. It's where I get my delicious coffee. You are seeing me take various sips here and now and that is Coffee Brand Coffee. It is a delicious coffee brand of coffee. They have a variety of different flavors. They got Rocky Road, Boston, Boston bourbon. God damn it. Okay. I'm trying to pause this video so it doesn't distract me. They got bourbon flavored, Rocky Road. They got classics, of course, light to dark roast, etc. Various types of coffee. It's delicious. I enjoy it. I buy from them exclusively. I just finished buying a 5-pound bag. That's fucking great because now I got a lot of coffee before I run out and I have to buy some again, which was awesome. If you don't like coffee, they do offer tea. Various kinds of tea, oolong, chamomile, etc. And then if you don't like if you don't like coffee or tea, then they have something for you. It's called hot chocolate. Fall is here, which means winter is right around the corner. It is October, so winter should be coming anytime soon. So if you want something nice and warm, hot chocolate, definitely should give it a shot. And they have some snacks if you're feeling snacky, mostly nuts and saltwater taffy. Last time I looked, my referral code and my coupon code is in the description and it's scrolling there right now. So if you want to check those out, feel free to do so. They both will give you 5% off. If you do a subscription with Coffee Brand Coffee, that will give you 10% off, but you cannot use the coupon code or referral code to get any additional 5%. They'll just give you 10%. But please still use that referral code because I get credit for it, basically. So there you go. All right. So now that we've gotten that all the way, so I've been very terrible the last couple of years or last couple of shows to do this. So here we go. All right. So now let's get to this. So all the way to Minnesota and Minneapolis, I believe it was, Minnesota City Council candidate Zach Metzer blocked off a highway and terrorized an old white man driving pro-Palestinian right. I mean, clearly it's the white guy's fault. He posted a video today and instructed his followers to find the old man. He has since deleted the post. We saved it. Drone footage shows a mob blocking out the road and surrounding his car. The desperate driver drove off, only to be chased down by Metzger and others. Okay, so let's see.
He not going nowhere now.
So
He not going nowhere now. Hold on.
So
he not going nowhere now.
Some poor old guy.
He not going nowhere now. Hold on.
They're blocking it, attacking his vehicle.
Hold up. He not going nowhere now.
So they're attacking his vehicle.
He not going nowhere now.
Now he backs up and flips a U. Don't tell him to stop. Get the fuck out of the way.
Hey, watch out!
And now they chase him. Why are you chasing after a car? They're not going to make it. See, look, find this man. So now this guy is actively inciting his followers to try and find an individual to obviously disperse some quote unquote street justice.
He not going nowhere now.
And now he said in the video he's not going nowhere now. So now he's clearly making it, entrapping this poor guy for no fucking reason. And so here's the drone footage that was going on. So there's a couple vehicles that looks like that were, I don't know, stuck. These people are trying to back out to get out of the way, and they keep blocking him even more. Like, look at that. Yeah, good.
KBL 047.
Fuck these people.
KBL 047.
KBL 047. Everybody out on the street! Everyone out on the street! Everyone out on the street! We can only turn around! Everyone out on the street! Get the kids off the street! We can only turn around! We can only...
Oh, okay, so this is from him earlier. So this is this guy earlier. Well, he drives to get out of their way. Well, actually, probably more to escape. And all these people are like all dramatic. He didn't hit anyone. He didn't hit anyone. Like, why are you being so fucking dramatic? And then they all chase after him. They surround him once more. And then he turns around again. So they all surround him again. And attack him. They're throwing shit at him. Of course the guy's going to keep running. So this is the original drone footage, by the way. That was just a clip. This is the original. I mean, we took a lot of it, so we'll see like where he ends up going. He escaped? Yes. Yes, old man. He escaped. What are they fucking screaming? What the fuck?
Off the streets! Do not approach that car! Do not approach that car! Stay off the street!
Yeah! Stay off the fucking street! These fucking idiots. I hate these people so goddamn much. You're going to surround an individual's vehicle, all right? You're going to pound on his vehicle and generally make him fear for himself. He's fearing for his life at the moment. And then you're surprised when he drives off to try and save himself. Like, what the fuck? And then you go and chase after the guy once again and then block another road. You're blocking another road and chasing after him again and then attacking him. And then this moron fucking, what's this fucking idiot's name? Oh, and he's probably going to end up being city council. Just an FYI. Because that's how this runs. No punishment for these fucking idiots. Hold on. History. There we go. Zach Metzger. So then he goes up and he's filming him too. He's like, oh, he ain't going nowhere now. So now, maybe this old man can't fucking hear this, so it might not be a valid excuse. But say he does hear this, well, now he's thinking, oh shit, they're intentionally ensuring I'm not going anywhere, which means my life may be in danger. I'm going to drive even more. Like, seriously. This is why you should get like an SUV or a truck or something and put it like one of those grill protectors up, the big metal ones, so you can just bash through cars, just so you can like get out of a fucking situation like this. And if you're gonna do that, make sure you aim for the trunk if possible, because that will cause the least amount of like physical harm to the person. Like if you go for like the trunk space or the engine block, there's a chance you're going to hurt the person in the vehicle. But if you get to the trunk and hit the trunk more, that'll open up the space. That'll do the least amount of damage to an individual and keep everyone as safe as you can, while ensuring that you protect yourself. Plus, the engine block has a bunch of all that shit in there, so it's kind of, it's going to be a pain. You're going to end up, you're just going to end up doing more damage. So as safely as you can, try and aim for the trunk space. If you do that, my number one way to avoid all this is just don't drive. Don't drive anywhere where you see a riot going on. These fucking idiots. But I hate these people. They go into the street, they block people, prevent people from doing anything, leaving, and all that shit, and then they get surprised when someone's like, you know what, fuck this, I'm getting the fuck out of here so I can stay alive. And Minneapolis is so goddamn stupid. I bet they're going to charge this old guy for assault or some shit like that, even though he was just trying to like save his life, because he sees a bunch of angry people attacking his car, and he's like, oh shit, I'm getting the fuck out of here. All right, here we go. So apparently Lady Gaga is in Joker 2. And Lady Gaga reportedly charging a lion's share of $10 million for Joker 2. Joaquin Phoenix being paid $20 million as gender pay gap activists ready their guns. So I guess that's according to things. Okay, first off, makes a joke. First off, Joaquin Phoenix is a very acclaimed actor. Okay. He's done 33 films. So he's done 20 to 43 films. He has one Academy Award, one British Academy Film Award, 2 Golden Globes, and 1 Grammy. So 1, 2, 4, 5. So he has 5 awards. All right. So how many awards? So that's Joaquin Phoenix. Now, how many? Lady Gaga has starred in 4 movies. Okay. So she's been in 4 movies. Okay. So let's compare this. Joaquin, 20 to 33, depending on the source. Lady Gaga, 4. She's been in, like, what the fuck? And people are upset that she's. I mean, I don't think she deserves 10 million. Now, again, yes, I understand she is, a good singer or whatever, an award-winning singer, etc. But just because you're a good singer doesn't mean you get paid as much as someone who's been acting and done a lot more films than you. There's not a pay gap at all. There is a pay gap, but it's not based on her gender. It's based on how many awards she's done or films she's done. It's all based on that. If, let's say, for example, Joaquin Phoenix can sing, I believe. Wait, did he? Oh, okay, never mind. let's say walking. I mean, I do think he's a singer. I think he's saying, yeah, he's got one Grammy, and that was probably for what was it? For Walk the Line, where he plays Johnny Cash. Yeah, yeah. Golden Globe, never mind. Yeah, so his Grammy was for Walk the Line. So he's gotten one Grammy award, and I think Lady Gaga's gotten like a shit ton more than that. She's got 13 Grammys. Okay. So let's say we did like a music thing or whatever. And Joaquin Phoenix, goes and to Lady Gaga, and joins Lady Gaga in like a music thing or whatever. And she gets paid more than him, justifiably so. That she should get paid more than he does because she's in the industry of the music. She does music far more often. She's gotten more awards. She's done more songs, etc. She should rightfully get paid more when it comes to like a music video or some shit like that than Joaquin Phoenix should. Even though he's done singing and he's gotten one Grammy. So that's it's a pay gap not due to gender but due to work. If let's say Lady Gaga was just as an acclaimed star as Joaquin Phoenix, gotten this same amount, maybe even more awards than Joaquin Phoenix, and then also is just as talented with the films and all that stuff, then yeah, maybe she get close to what he's paying. But another thing that people don't really understand is Joaquin Phoenix is the star, and Lady Gaga is a supporter. Like I don't even know how much she's going to be actually in Joker 2, but even if she's in a good amount, she's still a supporting role in Joker 2. When is Joker 2 coming? Oh, okay, next year. But yeah, so yeah, this is just dumb as usual. It's always dumb with this shit. Because it's not two people that have the same amount of accolades and have been a star in a role several times instead of a side character or supporting role a bunch. It's never that. It's always a chick who doesn't have as many films under her belt, hasn't been the leading role under her belt several times, just as much or more than the guy that ends up with a pay disparity shit. It's always some chick that's hasn't done as many films, hasn't been the leading role as many times, etc. Like whatever. So there you go. People are stupid. Like the gender pay gap's a myth. If you didn't know that, you're a fucking idiot at this point. Because the gender pay gap is a total and utter myth. All right. So speaking of women, the terribleness that they are. No, I'm joking. I love women. I love my wife and my daughter. That was a joke. All right. So this was an interview done with Piers Morgan and a feminist, and they're talking about women being.
My lesbian friend.
You automatically
Okay. So here we go. Let's listen to this.
believe an allegation.
Because we live in a country where women aren't believed, and it is extremely.
Now, to be fair, this is the UK. And so, maybe things are a little different. But I call bullshit because, is there 4 chicks that are suing Andrew Tate? They're automatically being believed. They have no evidence, as far as I know, to it. Women are believed all the fucking time. What are you fucking talking about? Now, has that always been the case? No. But in all honesty, it's been generally, no, that has always been the case. What was it? What is it? And no. Emmett Till, I think his name was. Was it Emma Till? Hold on, I'm reading through this. Sorry, I'm looking. Okay. I don't fucking remember. Anyways, women are always sorry. I got distracted because couldn't remember. There was anyways, never mind. No, women have always been believed. It's her what she's conflating is being believed and having the evidence to actually you know get quote unquote justice. But since the Me Too, belief in women has dropped significantly, in my opinion. Like every time I hear like any story about a woman accusing another guy of rape, instantly disbelieve it. Just instantly, because there's so many circumstances where a woman says, "Oh yeah, this guy." Oh, let me change it. Duke Lacrosse. There's that mattress woman. She accused a campus guy of raping her, and it turns out no, she ended up like stalking or some shit. Like there's so many examples of women actually lying, and of course they're not going to be believed, anymore outright. You need some evidence. That's what you need. Anyway,
It's difficult for women to come forward and talk about.
it's not that difficult. You want to know how I know it's not that difficult? Because they go on podcasts all the time and say, "Oh, I was such and such raped one time," or "I was sexually assaulted one time." They freely talk about it on podcasts. Well, I guess that's incorrect, really. They frequently go on podcasts and lie about it, about this happening, and it turns out, no, this isn't true at all. You're fucking lying. That's what it ends up turning out to be. But it's easy in the sense of people can go ahead and do it. Now, when it actually happens and it's real, yeah, that's really difficult for them to talk about. I absolutely agree. But it's not. It has nothing to do with the lack of belief they'll get, in my opinion. It's far more to do. Well, nowadays, it probably has something to do with it nowadays. But it also has to do with the fact that this is very traumatizing. It's hard for them to do. But it doesn't mean you should be automatically believed. You should be all right. Well, what evidence do you have? Let's find out. Then if it's we get the evidence and let's punish this fucker. That's what it should really be.
Sexual assault, but it's quite clear that the girl in question is really unwell. I actually don't even think she should be going to prison.
Okay, so she just said that it's clearly this chick's unwell, and probably hinting that she doesn't believe her either. But she doesn't think she should go to prison. No, absolutely. If you make a false accusation, you should go to prison. Absolutely. You should serve the same amount of time the guy would have gotten if he was charged.
I think she should be sectioned, and I actually don't think prison is a safe environment for her.
Oh, I don't care about safe environment. Look, everyone thinks, prison. It doesn't. No, prison is supposed to be a punishment. It's not supposed to be a safe environment for someone. It's supposed to be a punishment for doing something against the law, for lying or not lying, but for doing something against the law that is so egregious. We believe that you need to be separated from society. I don't believe this whole like prisons should be safe shit. No.
Well, I don't really care if it's a safe
Pierce.
environment, frankly. And I don't think that being unwell is justification. If this guy had been convicted of what he'd been charged for, accused of doing, called him a monster, he would have made some excuse about his mental health.
That's 100% true. If this, let's say this guy was charged, even though it's not true at all. Let's say he was charged and convicted. This same chick would be on saying like, yeah, this guy's a monster. I'm glad he got the justice. Screw this guy. He deserved what he got, etc., etc. And I doubt if a year, 2 years, whatever comes out, and the chick that accused him was like, yeah, no, I was lying. She wouldn't say shit. She wouldn't be like, oh well, next case. Like, let's be honest. Now, again, this is just a clip. This is talking about some controversial rape case in the UK. So I don't know what this is about, to be honest, but this chick's comments is what I'm really responding to.
I actually think it's going to be really awful for her.
Good.
Actually, it's an indictment of our justice
No, it's
system.
not.
You wouldn't be saying that if he had been found guilty and gone to prison for rape.
But she's
would you?
clearly not a
You wouldn't know, would you?
She's not. No, I think that's a false equivalent.
It's
No,
not
it's
false
not.
equivalence. He literally just told you. He was told if these lies stuck and he was found guilty, 22 years in prison, you would have been quite happy with that. You wouldn't have made all these excuses. You automatically believe an allegation.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, no, this whole believe all women shit has gotten very old, and we don't need to believe women anymore. Like, not automatically. Like, look, should we, have some? I don't think we should. I think we should. We should start doing this trust but verify. All right. Look, if I know this person, I will trust what they're saying is true, but I'm going to fucking verify it, regardless of how terrible it would be for her. And that's what it's going to have to be from now on. Or that's how it should always be. Now guys are getting accused left and right. And it turns out to be a fucking lie. And nothing ever happens to the women. And, it's ridiculous. There's no punishment. There's only punishment on one side. There's no punishment for lying about it and trying to... And here's the thing. Even if proven false, the guy's life is still destroyed, regardless. Like, his reputation is bad. Everyone's still going to think he did it, regardless of what was said. Not regardless of what, you say, regardless of what happened. Even if the girl comes out and say, yeah, I fucking lied about it. It is. Or even if he proves that, yeah, this chick lied. Here's the text messages. She's lied. People are still going to defend her. Like, no, I don't like this person. And because, he, obviously, if it was true, he would have been charged in the first place, blah, blah, blah. Because they're fucking idiots, these people. Sorry. But yeah, no, these people are fucking idiots. All right, one more. Another moron. And then we'll call it a day.
Okay, so you don't like. I don't agree with the whole thing. I think nobody should have guns. I just don't feel. Why do you need to have a gun? Why?
Whoa, dumbass lady with your tits out on the internet. It has nothing to do with need. Okay. First off, I don't need to justify why I own a gun for you, ever. Okay. And it doesn't matter whether I need it or not. I get to have one. That is the Second Amendment. I get to have one. As long as I'm a law-abiding. Well, I don't know. Okay, I'm not getting that. But I get to have one. Okay? Doesn't matter. I don't have to justify my need for it. Do you need the First Amendment? I mean, yeah, you can, be able to talk and speak, whatever. No, it doesn't matter if you need it or not. If I'm someone who doesn't, like, say I don't vote. Do I need the right to vote? Doesn't matter. I have the right to vote. Like, I don't need to, I hate these people who are like, why do you need a gun? It has nothing to do with need. It's, I get to have it. And you don't have a right to tell me I don't get to have it. Now, this is not what I don't think this is what she's saying. She's just saying she doesn't understand it. And let's be fair. This woman has never actually experienced true and utter violence. Let's be honest. Like, that's how you know, okay? The second this woman, and I hope it never happens, don't get me wrong, but the second this woman ever has like a confrontation where she is in fear of her life, she's terrified she's going to die, or she's going to get raped or assaulted or whatever, next day she's buying a gun. That's what happens most of the time, is the second someone who's anti-gun gets actually attacked and actually starts fear their life and is terrified that they're going to die, that's when they get the gun.
Why do you need to kill somebody? Why do you need to hurt?
Why do I need to kill someone? Well, maybe they're trying to kill me. You ever thought of that? Why do I need to hurt someone? Maybe they're trying to hurt me.
Somebody.
Like this chick has never experienced any true violence. It's kind of
the gun. You don't, like, for what? I just don't agree with it.
3 grown men break into your house in that
Oh,
situation.
this is a dumb fucking. This is her dumb. This proves how dumb this chick is.
Would you want your boyfriend to have a firearm?
No, I don't agree with the guns. I don't agree. I'll probably help them look for whatever they're trying.
This is what they're trying to look for. They're gonna come in and see you and like, oh, we want that. They're gonna take you. It's dumb butt bitch. Like fucking hell.
I don't like guns.
These people are fucking retarded. It just irritates me. I don't agree with guns. That's fine. You don't have to agree with the guns. Why do you need a gun? I don't have to justify why I need one to you ever. Not for an argument, nothing. It's I get to have one, and you don't get a say in whether I get to have one or not. There we go. 3 grown men come into your house. What are you gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna help them find what they're looking for. Bullshit. You're not. You're gonna be terrified, hoping your guy is going to save you and protect you. And if not, and if you actually, I'm probably gonna help them find what they need. No, they're well, okay. What they want and need is you at that moment now. You fucking dumbass chick. All right, that's all I got for you guys today. I'll be on in maybe like an hour or 2 playing Spider-Man 2. I'm gonna go and help my wife out and take out her daughter so she can go to sleep and all that stuff. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry I did this a little later. Like I said, I wasn't feeling like 100%. I'm feeling a little better now. Still feeling like shit, but not terribly. I hope you all have a good day. Peace out. See you later. As soon as I end